Three, two, one, boom. And we're live. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the Wano Report. This time again on my channel. The ping pong is really starting to hit off.
Oh yeah, this is the first time we've actually alternated.
Yeah, exactly. So how you doing, Morj?
I'm doing good. I've had a busy weekend. I haven't been getting a chance to talk about chapter reviews and stuff, so Wano Report is where you can listen to thoughts on that, I guess.
Yeah, very nice. I remember I made a nice thumbnail for you, but
okay.
Work
yeah,
keeps you
I'm
busy.
sorry about all the thumbnails that have gone to waste over time, because I swear. So for people who don't know, very very often I ask, Ohara does my thumbnails and stuff, but very often I'm I think I'm gonna have time for a chapter review this week, so the night before I'm just messaging Ohara, hey man, I've got some extra time at work today, can I get a thumbnail really quick? And then no matter what, I think there's never been a time that he's not delivered. So he gets out a thumbnail, and the next day I find out I can't do it, and then I just feel bad because that it's probably 5 thumbnails in a row that have just gone to waste, basically. So
crazy.
That's my bad.
Unforgivable.
But
every time you text me, I have to start the oven and get the coal in, to get the energy running, and then get all my helpers to start on the artwork. No man, it's fine. Yeah, I mean, it's always. I think people are definitely sad you don't get out to make as many reviews anymore.
I'm sad. I wish I could do more reviews, but if I have to cut something from my channel occasionally, then it's basically that.
Yeah, work sucks.
Yeah, dude.
Nice, but no kidding. I think you're happy with what you do right now, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, awesome, perfect. Yeah, let's get right into the chapter then. I would say. What did you think? I mean, we talked about it last time, I think. What to expect? We had another break. Next week, no break. Spoiler alert. What did you think? How did you think? I think we were both a little bit confused how things would play out. I think with the smile thing. What were your thoughts? Were you happy with how Oda handled it?
Oh, I mean, I was very happy because that last time I was saying that I was a little worried that this could be just a not literal meaning of what the smile devil fruit is, but it turned out that it wasn't just. I liked obviously the fact that the smile had a literal effect and everything like that, but I really liked that it wasn't something that came out of nowhere. It's not as though Oda revealed that, last time we were talking about, is it the runoff from the factories, but there's no factories in Wano? Is it just a chemical effect that's going on that's affecting surroundings? But it turned out to be something that was really, really heavy. We could see all the pieces pointing towards something like this. Well, the gifters, the waiters, the pleasures. When I was reading that part of it, I was wow, that just makes it he had this basically put together way in advance, where you could see that. Because I thought those were random names, waiters. I was that doesn't. Why is that
the pleasurers also?
Why are they named that? I kind of just didn't think about that. I was brushing that off, but then it all came full circle. And I think you can even go back. I saw this on someone's Reddit post. You can go back to Dressrosa or something and see the factory workers at Dressrosa saying something along the lines of 1/10 of the smile fruit crops are. Or only 10% of the crop production is actually good. So, so the foreshadowing's been there for, a long period of time.
Yeah.
Quotes from Law or something a while back saying that, there's an inherent risk that goes with the smile devil fruit. So, people on Reddit are great because they find all sorts of this small stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah.
I also had, I think I also had someone in my comments on my review saying back on Zoe, all the pleasurers that were there, they were already smiling. It was not as pronounced as it is now, but it was already there also.
And Zoe, were there pleasures and gifters?
I think that was both. Yeah, they were just regular soldiers with Jack. I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were all smiling. So someone went back.
Yeah, I think at the time we all thought that pleasures means no, abilities, and then gifters means abilities. But then I think he introduced waiters later on, and I was just it's the same thing as pleasures. Okay, Oda's just making up, random subdivisions, but it was just a really cool explanation when we actually got that. It just made so much sense.
I mean, I think we know, wasn't it even you? Like you have a video on your channel, right, with all the planning Oda does with the little pamphlet that he has of Wano with the dragon on it.
Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I don't know from what year that is, but like he probably had that planned out like forever.
Yeah, because Wano, he's been saying, one of my favorite things, or the things that I'm looking forward to the most, is that he's been saying that the things that he's planned out for the longest is Luffy fighting the Four Emperors. In his mind, the series is always about defeating the Four Emperors. Something along those lines. He said that in some interviews. So
yeah, exactly.
So that means to me that if he's thought the most about that, then we can expect that a lot of the things we've been seeing so far are going to be set up for that. So I think we're going to get a lot of moments like this where things just like fit together.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think things really fell nicely into perspective. I like that once we had that explanation, like I think some people were not happy with it for some reason. I personally, like, when I heard the explanation for everything, I was like, a lot of things fell into place for me. Like, also just feeling wise, I think we've talked before about how...
Wait, like, who wasn't... Yeah, go ahead.
You mean who wasn't happy?
I'm so confused. That's such a good explanation. I don't know.
I think...
It seems like it fits really well.
I read that some people were not too pleased with the like it was too long. I don't know. Yeah, like me personally, I think it's so nice. Like I think we talked at length about how comic like everything felt, how quirky the Beast Pirates were, and we were like, okay, well, like the whole thing with Hulk Gal and Big Mom, that was already kind of quirky. But now we have another crew that's also kind of weird, and like to be honest, I was kind of on board with that.
Oh no!
Like, Oh no!
Sorry, you cut out for a second.
Is the connection gone? Oops. Okay, yeah. But we're back. Without a cut. Nice. Everything, like, no censorship here in this podcast. Everything is streamed as it is.
Yeah, you can hear the cuts, all the audio problems, everything. Yes, my dog, exactly. Whatever there is.
Oh damn. Yeah, no, but like I personally liked the quirkiness of the Beast Pirates. Like even if it hadn't had any deeper purpose, I would have rolled with it. But now that we know why it is or where that came from, this like weird quirkiness, like I'm definitely even more on board. Like I prefer to have like a real and deep explanation for that.
Yeah. Why? Wait, what would that make it? Like 90? There's somebody did the math on this or something like that. There's like 500 gifters, so that means there's 4,500. Crazy pleasure type individuals in Kaido's crew. So, I mean, a lot of the laughing, smiling, and stuff, at least we get an explanation for that. But then, the characters just seem to fit. Like, Queen, obviously, Kaido's got a sense of humor, it looks like, or like, a nasty sense of humor. It was cool cutting really the Kaido over. I mean, and just leading up to it, like, cool. The panel with, like, Caesar, or the page with Caesar, Doflamingo, and Kaido, and just the trio of the big trio of villains that have basically been the New World bad guys so far, and how they all led up to this. I don't know. It all fit together pretty well.
Yeah. I'm actually like really, really curious. Like I hope that we get in this arc both more character about Big Mom and more character about Kaido. Because I think both of them are really interesting. But also Big Mom, like you remember how she was set up to like eat humans and stuff when we first saw that silhouette? When she was actually eating homies and then and then with Kaido, it was like, we thought he was like that super, like we only had that introduction that was super epic where he like defeated Kid and the other two, Apu and Hawkins.
Still my favorite introduction chapter.
And then he's like the dragon, but then he's like drunk.
Yeah.
And also like, I like those small moments we start getting with him. I think like, I like how human he comes across in a sense. Like, no doubt that he's still, like he is superhuman. He's something weird, no question. And like, he's also probably done some cruel shit. But it wasn't like this super like this typical this overpowered supervillain moment. It just felt like kind of natural. I liked that. Like he was like, oh, that's like bad taste what you did there, Orochi. Like I think that was a cool one-liner there.
I will still say though that like Kaido's design, like even now I still get almost non-One Piece vibes from Kaido's design. I won't say non-One Piece, but we've never had a villain that Oda seemed to legitimately, like lots of villains like Doflamingo, cool. They're I guess cool is the word. Doflamingo, Caesar, NL, Moria, a lot of the villains they have, even like Arlong, why is he wearing like a Hawaiian shirt and stuff like that? They have, I don't know, quirks to their design and stuff, but Kaido is the first villain in a while that just seems, I don't know. Obviously his personality, as you said, and that's the cool part, that he still mixes in the One Piece personality quirks, but then the design-wise, like, even seeing him this chapter, like, sitting back in the chair commenting about Orochi, I'm like, this dude looks like an absolute monster, like, out of some other series or something like that, so...
I mean, the meathead I am, I didn't even think about that, but you're right. Like, now that I think back, there's actually not been a real villain that was legitimate. I mean, obviously, like,
Crocodile.
The villains became cool. Like, Doflamingo 100% is a super cool villain.
For sure. No knock on Doflamingo.
It's just down to his... Like, without his personality, his, like now with his personality, his optics are super cool as well, because they go along. Yeah. But without that, he would look, like, he looks quirky without that. So, yeah, you're actually right. Like, I guess Kaido actually is the only really, like, badass looking character, like, villain we got so far.
You could say Lucci, maybe, but, like, that's, it depends. Lucci and Animal Form, for sure.
Right, but for Lucci, it's, like, it's really part of his, like, deep part of his character, because, like, he's really fucked up in the mind, so...
Yeah. It's like the...
And
like,
he has... Yeah. And he has the small...
the pigeon, pigeon. Hattori. He's got Hattori. So, I don't know. And Lucci, like, before Lucci, when he was in Carpenter form, he didn't seem, intimidating at all, so...
No,
it was only after.
That's just a special agent skills, probably. Yeah.
Once you transition,
your nice neighbor, your nice friendly carpenter.
Yeah. Before he was just people forget this, but Lucci actually fought Luffy. People think Lucci fought Luffy twice. He actually fought him 3 times. Way towards the beginning of the arc when Luffy fights Frankie in. Luffy fights Frankie in the beginning of Water 7 or something, and then they get interrupted by the Carpenters, and he actually fights 1-on-1 with Lucci.
You're right.
And yeah, right then it was funny because at the time you don't know what Lucci actually is, so Luffy was having a bit of trouble, so I was like, okay, if Luffy went try hard, obviously he would kick this Carpenter's ass. And later on you find out Lucci's really strong, and it's like, oh my god, really Lucci can actually kick Luffy's ass.
Oh damn.
Anyway.
Nice, yeah, Water 7, that was definitely a good arc.
It's my favorite one. What's your favorite One Piece arc, by the way?
Yeah,
I count that in combination with any slobby. I just call it one.
Yeah,
one saga,
it's definitely up there. Hard to say. I think I would have to think about that. I think I don't have the one arc that like pops at me immediately, but there's definitely a few I prefer over others. Yeah, but yeah, so Water 7 and his lobby is definitely amazing. Like so much happening there. So much character development for like all the Straw Hats, like crazy.
That versus Marine Ford. That versus just wondering. That versus Marine Ford. Which you prefer?
Oh yeah, and I kind of hope or expect that we will like that. Wano at least has the potential to be another real growth moment for the whole crew, because it's like the first time in ages since the whole crew's together again. So a lot of focus was on Luffy, and then like the like Punk Hazard and like Dressrosa was like, or like the lead up to that was kind of like showing how the Straw Hats had developed over the 2 years where we basically didn't get to see them. But now I feel like after like the 2 big split ups, it kind of like feels like now is a good moment. And like now they're definitely like heading towards a wall with Kaido.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's definitely an arc where everyone has to like go and like grow even further again.
I definitely agree. I think maybe I'll put this video out in at some point or whatever, but I'm trying to think about like what Wano is, you know, like what the, because the story hasn't really taken full shape yet at all. But I definitely think that like loyalty is really going to be a very big part of it, which means that there's going to be a heavy focus on the crew. There was actually in the last chapter, you know, you remember towards the beginning of this chapter, they're talking about it's a flashback of the 9 scabbards or whatever. Yeah. And they've been captured. And,
by Yasu.
Yeah, and he's telling them about the responsibilities that they have as, you know, the supporters of Odin, basically. And I do see, like, I feel like we are set up for parallels between, you know, what Odin meant to them and what Luffy means to the Straw Hats. So I do think that it is going to be very important for... Like
now,
going forward.
Don't think wrong of me, but like Luffy has like with Luffy, it's 10 people on the crew right now.
If we count Jinbei?
Ooh.
Yeah, let's count Jinbei.
But that would be fitting number-wise.
Yeah,
also,
yeah. Then it fits. So,
that would be nice.
I don't know. I think that's interesting. I have some thoughts on that I'll save for some other point. I want to see more of Wano before I jump to some conclusions.
Yeah. I remember when I was talking to the guys from the Red Force podcast, they were a little bit like I think they like their point of view was they were wishing that Wano would be more centered around the Straw Hats. They felt like there was not enough focus on the Straw Hats right now.
I actually think it very strongly will be. We're just not.
Yeah, I agree, because like I personally I love that we get like, because I think that's important. Like Wano will be or is such a big arc, so I feel like that like the perspective on like the actual like we actually have to know first what's at stake and what's the position, what's the story behind like the inhabitants of Wano, and like what's the relationship of everyone there, like where are the problems, who stands where. Like I think it's kind of important to get that down first before we like jump into every one of the Straw Hats growing on their own.
100%. Like it's just I think people are very early to jump to conclusions about Wano because, and this is another video I want to do. I think Wano is going to be very, very long. If you look at it, videos. Yeah, so many. I don't know. I'm like, I want to do this video. That I'll be like, can you make me this thumbnail? And then eventually I'm like, all right,
fuck it. It's super cool.
Fuck it, I'm not doing this video. It's too long.
Please do it. Please do it.
But
I think everyone wants to see it.
Yeah, like it's just I think people don't understand largely, like as you were saying, where we are story-wise in this arc. People think that, we're 40 chapters in or something, and like that's technically true, but that's not story percentage-wise. We're in a very early phase. Like the Straw Hats' individual story arcs in this arc haven't even begun to develop, and I think theme-wise we're really set up for an arc that's really like Straw Hat-centric and Luffy-centric. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna let my dog out. You entertain the podcast because I'll be back in like 20 seconds or something like that. Right, we have no cuts.
So guys, we take a quick doggy break. As you know, the Wano Report is not complete without the dog. I don't know if some people of you have written the comments like my deep or our deep inspiration from the Joe Rogan podcast, and basically Morj's dog is Jamie. So he's responsible for pulling up all the data from the internet.
Yeah,
but now he's to take a break.
That's how it works. All right. Successfully covered that commercial break.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
All right.
we should definitely get like look for a nice sponsor for dog breaks. Like something nice to put in there. Speaking of animals, like going back a little bit to the devil fruit things. Yeah. What I wanted to talk to you about was obviously the smile fruits and like the pleasurers are the gifters are like a big thing in Kaido's crew.
Pleasurers,
but like I still would have expected there to be, or I still expect there to be more real zone users.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So I was like, for example, I was surprised that like the headliners that like they were all I think most of them we saw so far were actually like smile fruit users, right? So except from those like Flying Six, they seem to be all zone types, I would assume.
Yeah. Flying Six should be full zone.
Yeah, but like still like even if that would be still a very small number. That would be like 6 headliners, 3 commanders, and then like Kaido himself plus Orochi. But like I feel like there should be more, because I feel like obviously like Kaido said like, okay, like we need a lot of zone, like we need a lot of monsters on our crew, so like let's produce those smile fruits. But like similar like to Big Mom, I would expect him to still look or like try to get his hands on any like zone fruit he could get. So I was kind of surprised that there's, or maybe he just said, okay, no, like fuck it, I only need like we produce that shit. I'm not going out looking for zone types. But
look at this quality that we're producing. Yeah. Look at Hold'em. We don't need any better zone fruits than that. That's
fine. Like that guy, the crab guy, he can walk sideways. That's all we need.
So are you sure we don't want to recruit Marco or anyone like that?
Yeah.
No.
No, it's fine. we got Hold'em. That's all we need.
No, dude, I'm sure that there's more legit zone fruit use. I think we've only seen the tip of the iceberg with Kaido, with his arm. We've seen the bottom of the barrel, like the Hold'ems, the that horse girl, that's now a good girl or whatever. That elephant dude. You know what I'm talking. Like the bottom of the barrel gifters and stuff. But I'm sure like the stronger people in the and we've seen the top, right? Like we've seen the Calamities. We've seen a couple of the Flying Six, but I'm sure that there's more Flying Six, obviously, but there's probably more in the middle. In the middle, right?
And I mean, we don't know what Queen is yet. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Queen. We can assume Queen's his own. It would be really weird. If
that would be weird. Yeah.
It's like why even do that? But yeah. So I think we can definitely say that there's okay. Real quick. Actually, I want to get to questions. So I mean, I'll record till 4 and I'll just push this stuff back. But what about Zoro Sanji? Let's at least talk about that because viewers will be upset if we don't talk about that. And then we'll get to questions maybe.
I love it. I think it was like, what was it, like 400 chapters or something? No, not 400. No, sorry, 200 something. Sorry, that was a little bit too long. But like it was like 200 something chapters since like Zoro and Sanji were like in the same panel last time. So crazy. I think like it was really cool. I love the look of the panel. I know there's a lot of people out there, Joy Boy, who are really looking forward to, or who are really expecting there to be some kind of fallout between the two of them. I think it would be not like interesting to see a confrontation between the two of them, but I think now is not the right time. And I think both of them are hopefully, or I know that both of them are smart enough to not like go at each other's throats right now where like it's a critical situation.
Like I think just that before this I had thought, because it is a valid point, like there is always some degree of tension between Zoro and Sanji, but like underneath that of course there's love, but there's also it's like tension, love, tension sandwich or something. But I did think that that the way that the reason that they couldn't reunite the way that, you know, Zoro and Luffy reunited, or Zoro and the rest of the, like, it couldn't be that easy. I understand some people believe that this was because it was leading towards, you know, Zoro Sanji fallout, but I think it's more so just that it's hard to draw a proper Zoro Sanji reunion when it's like the two aren't, like, how do you draw that reunion? Like, the two aren't going to be, they're at least going to pretend like they're not happy to see each other. Zoro will have, like, some harsh comments or something. Obviously not like an Usopp situation again, I don't believe, because it's just totally different context, like, completely different context. But, like, right. Zoro, like, it wouldn't be like a, like, how do you draw that reunion? It's weird. So I figured that the only way to do it would be through some battle situation, right? Because that's usually when Zoro and Sanji are closest, when they're side by side in battle, when they're basically, you know, like they've actually got to take care of business, and then they both work really well together. So I definitely didn't expect right here, right now, but I thought that, you know, maybe the crew will be up against a group of, you know, a large army or something like that, and that's when Zoro and Sanji will have to reunite. I did not think it would be happening now. I thought it would happen like way later in the arc, but this did make sense to me, like, because they're obviously gonna be pissed to see each other, but they've got bigger fish to fry, and that's usually when they get along best.
And I think it's like, even though obviously there's a rivalry there, and like they're not like Usopp and Luffy like friends, but like they're still part of the family. Yeah, so
they're still brothers, but they're not friends.
100%. One thing, we have about 20 minutes left, right? I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. So I think let's maybe So since we forgot it last time and the time before that, so maybe this time we should try to answer some questions.
Okay.
I almost forgot about it again, but I opened it.
I made a note because I was like, if we forget it this time, people just won't ask questions anymore. Because
I think so too. Yeah. But like, don't worry, guys. We want you to participate in this as well. We won't be able to probably talk about every question ever we get, but we will pick a few that we find interesting. And today, since I forgot about it again, I will just go through the comments of the third one and like pick a nice one or two that we can talk about. I remember, so the first one, sorry. No.
I remember there were some replies to the top comment that I had up there or whatever. There were some replies there.
Oh, you can, if you have something you have in mind, we can start with that.
No, you got whatever you're looking at is fine, because I don't want to touch the keyboard.
So right now. Maybe this is like a little bit shorter question, he said, and then it turned out to be a long one. But so Chris Frager is asking, how strong was Luffy versus Katakuri Conqueror's Haki battle compared to, for example, Shanks' burst of Conqueror's Haki versus Whitebeard?
Oh,
what do you think about that?
Totally different totally different leagues. Right?
Different level, yeah.
Totally different leagues. Because,
I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I mean, like, it was definitely, like, I think Katakuri has, like, Conqueror's Haki, like, Katakuri is as strong as dude, but, like, Conqueror's Haki is probably not his specialty. It's definitely observation. He probably has I think he has a very good armament as well. I think Luffy's and his Conqueror's Haki are probably not, like, it's definitely, like, over that level that Luffy had at the war, like, just unconsciously, like, blasting around a little. Sure. But I think neither of them really know what to do with it properly except knocking people out.
Yeah. I mean, there was some comment by Oda at some point that Luffy knocked out half the people at Fishman Island, and he said that Shanks or Rayleigh would have been able to knock out all of them. So if you call that, if Luffy back then was 50% of Shanks, or maybe less than 50%, because who knows how many total Shanks could knock out or whatever, like, I definitely don't think he bridged that gap by the time we got to Whole Cake Island.
Yeah, agreed. And I think, Katakuri is a badass dude. Like, I love Katakuri, sure. But yeah, I think Shanks versus Whitebeard is definitely another league.
The question is, I don't know if Prime Whitebeard is obviously stronger than Shanks, right? From all the hype he's gotten. And maybe even Marineford. I don't want to get into who's stronger or whatever, but it's possible that Shanks' Haki, Conqueror's Haki, is stronger than Whitebeard's ever was.
Right.
Just in terms of Haki, because Whitebeard obviously has the Guru Guru Ami. But, like, it seems like Shanks has gotten that hype as, you know, the Haki guy. Maybe that's more so by the community, but I don't know. That's still the feeling that I've gotten.
I think that's definitely where the story is going. Like, we definitely had, like, the Logia thing before the time skip that was, like, basically the strongest you could go. Then with Big Mom, like, the focus was, like, a lot around Paramecia stuff.
Yeah.
With Kaido, it's Zone, and I think we can definitely expect that Shanks' crew, or, like, maybe not his crew, but, like, Shanks, like, the encounter with Shanks later on will be focused around Haki.
Yeah, you have Shanks has probably got the strongest.
Yeah, not necessarily Conqueror's Haki. I think, like, his crew, like,
Conqueror's Haki.
Yeah, it's just Haki in general. I think, like, if the Straw Hats ever have an encounter with the Shanks pirates and they, like, have a spar, they will probably be centered around Haki. Yeah, I think so. Another nice question I have here from Sodex Smith is, Mr. Morj, do you know when your next big video will be coming out?
That's not it.
And will there be another big video coming out the end of the month?
It's not a Wano Report question. Whatever. Next big video. That was a
Wano Report question, yes.
Yeah, alright, I'll just say next big video. I'm probably planning, I'm trying to do one every month. I missed April, but, you know, next big video, let's say towards the end of June. That's the plan.
Nice.
That's the plan. When's your next analysis video? Or whatever you call them. I just call them analysis.
Yeah, my character. Yeah, so I'm currently doing my character analysis because, like, not only do people like them, which I feel is like would be weird if I didn't listen to my fans, but at the same time, I also enjoyed doing them a lot. I like having a series I can work on, but at the same time, those take a lot of time. So I upload, like, I already finished like some of my research. I already did the thumbnail for the next video. Yes.
What's next? Do you want to spoil what's next, or are you?
Yeah, I think I can spoil that. Like, it's gonna be Sanji. I'm gonna do the Straw Hats, like, in the order that they were introduced to the story. Yeah. So I'm gonna do Sanji next. If you want to check out the thumbnail for that, I uploaded the video on how I'm doing those on my channel the other day.
Cool.
Yeah, if anyone's interested in that, it's just like a small sneak peek.
I will actually look, because I do wonder where the thumbnails come from. I know they're made magic. Somehow.
Like I said, like with your thumbnails, like I have to throw on like the big machines and then like, call in the workers.
We got a new order, boys.
Get the whip. Yeah, get like my tontatas out to work on my thumbnails.
Is he really gonna use this one? Yeah, he's gonna use this one.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
We have to feed the family. We have to feed our families.
Only 10% of Morj thumbnails.
Maybe next
Morj thumbnail crops are produced properly.
The Morj
are used in the end.
I'm working on that one. I don't know. Like, originally I planned on like trying to finish it next week, but as I told you, I'm working on something else right now, which is also important to me, which hopefully will come out, like, or I can share with you guys in the next 1 or 2 weeks. And then I also, sadly, since I'm not working yet, I have my last year of university, so I'm approaching my first round of finals.
Oh, yeah.
So I have an exam next week, and I have to spend some time studying for that as well, as you might imagine. So I'm not sure when that will drop the video. I'll definitely try to put it out as soon as possible. Yeah, but yeah, otherwise, like going into the next few months, I think like the focus will definitely be on the Straw Hat analysis plus reviews, and then like your podcast, and maybe like here and then like a nice theory video in between. Maybe we'll see. You had a question from your podcast, I think, in mind, right?
No, I was just saying that there are questions towards the top of the thing, I remember.
Oh, okay. Is there do you have something in mind that we should answer?
Well, no, I'm not actually looking at the thing right now. Do you see anything that's popping out? Because I don't know how many people ask questions in the end.
Yeah, I just have it on my phone. Yeah, I think I have one more. Let's just go with the last one here, and then maybe in the next one we will get more organized when it comes to the questions, and we actually pick them beforehand, and not just during the podcast. So we have Palkpat Special Force asking, is it possible that Zoro's compressed air slashes are armament hockey based? Oh.
No, like the pound cannons?
Yeah, I think like those long range attacks he does.
No, because he was doing those way back, way back, Skypiea, I think he first started doing those. Yeah.
But then I think there's also some people saying that Zoro was already using armament hockey back when he was fighting Mr. One, right? So
I feel like it's just not this, because like so many other swordsmen do that too, right? That I remember. Like, okay, it's like CP9 could use Rankyaku, right? Isn't that the same? Right. Essentially the same.
Yeah,
as,
like the finger pistol things.
Yeah, same thing. Like those aren't hockey necessarily, as far as we were told. Like it's not. It seems
as
like
far as we know, at least. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because
with the Rokushiki, like with the 6 powers, I'm also like, this is one of those things. Like, do you think this is actually like a different set of powers you can learn, or because like I know, for example, from Sanji, we got the explanation like he's kicking the air so fast that like he can't jump on it.
Yeah.
But for example, with there's like some of them like the finger pistols where you're like, is this like really something that's just like body based, or is this like somehow interconnected with hockey? Because like,
I will say it's this.
Maybe before you get into it, it's like for me it was just such a weird thing that we got introduced to that in Water 7 and his lobby, and it's something that never ever really popped up again. Sanji does it, but like apart from that, it's like nothing.
Virgo does it. Virgo does Virgo does he does finger pistols.
Right.
I guess a lot of people use Soru.
Does that make any difference with someone who has hockey though?
Like, I think it does, because like when you're hardening your body there, I think that's like literally like hardening your muscles and your body there. Whereas hockey, it's like you're using some spirit power and stuff. I will say this: you remember like Lucci had an ultimate technique, which was like he put his fingers together or his fists together. This was what he was hitting Luffy with a bunch towards the end. It was like Rokugan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And like that one I thought after hockey was introduced, I was like, that seems like that could be hockey. Because that seems like it makes no sense, like it doesn't make sense how he's damaging Luffy when he does that. Like he just seems to be, especially he had one version where he's not even touching Luffy and he does it, and like it does some serious damage to him. I was like, this could be hockey, because it just seems like something hockey-ish. Like it doesn't make sense as just like a body move or something.
Oh, right. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, I kind of would have loved, like, right now I'm not so interested in the 6 forces anymore.
No.
I would have loved to get more of them before the time skip, especially. Because I think they're really interesting. I mean, like, I kind of like that Sanji got it, but then again, now he has his raid suit, so he doesn't really need it anymore.
Dude, I don't like Sanji's raid suit, though. I mean, I'm used to it now, but I wish he didn't have it, actually. Like, I go back and forth on it. Because I see him standing next to Zoro right now, and I'm like, I hope he doesn't have to pull out the raid suit. Like, I wish he could kind of just, like, keep up without it. But I don't know. I feel like it also doesn't add to his stuff that much. Like, it doesn't make him that much stronger. But then again,
you have to say that Zoro also really looks really, really, really good with that kimono.
Yeah.
Like, he's, like, just visually, he's definitely rocking the Wano fashion look.
Zoro, right?
Yeah, the top knot and everything. Like, I don't know where he got the long hair from. Like, it's only... I think, like, how long was it, like, on Zoe and Dressrosa?
He didn't get haircuts at all.
It was, like, a month or something since, like, they saw each other, and suddenly he has, like, crazy top knot. Like, that dude, like, crazy, like, using, like, crazy, hair transplant skills here.
Well, actually, to be fair, it's possible that, like, up till now, because he, out of everybody in the world, can easily give himself haircuts, like, whenever he wants to. So maybe he was doing that all this time up till now. And then once he gets to Wano, he's like, okay, I'm just gonna let my, just gonna let myself fall into Wano's fashion and let my hair out and stuff like that.
But you think he just has, like, excessive, like, body hair growth?
Okay, I have no idea at this point.
Because, like, correct me if I'm wrong there, but I think, like, in general, since the Straw Hats entered the New World, like, not a lot of time has passed.
It's been, like, maybe a month. Maybe, like, a month.
Exactly. But in a month, you don't grow a top knot.
Okay, that's... in One Piece,
like,
you do.
Yeah, but who knows?
In One
like,
Piece, if you drink milk, you can grow your bones back.
Oh, yeah.
So you can grow your tooth back really fast.
Oh, yeah, probably Zoro, like, maybe that's, like, his shameful secret, like, that he has to...
He's just got a real body hair problem.
Like, real body hair problem. Has, like, to wax
That's why
every
he's
day.
separate from the crew so often. He's just...
Oh, yeah.
I wonder what Zoro's doing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm training. He's just waxing, like...
Oh, yeah, I'm doing heavyweight training. I'm like...
Can't let them see me like this.
Damn, I just wish my muscles would pop more, but, like, every day. It's grown back. No, but, like, I love, like, design-wise, yeah. I mean, I think I say that every time I talk about it. I love Wano just visually. It looks amazing.
Last thing, since we have, like, a minute, and this isn't one of the podcast... Well, this came out in the recent chapter or whatever. You think Zoro and Sanji are going to be fighting Drake and Hawkins?
Probably.
To me, it's a right? Because they're right there.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, am I gonna pull out my crazy, no, there's gonna be a crazy twist theory?
What's your crazy, are you saving that? What is it?
No, I don't have one.
Okay.
I was like, is there something? But I was like, nope, there's nothing. No, I mean, both of them were in the same panel. We could see them in the background.
Yeah.
There's still, I mean, we still don't know where Law is. The other, like, most of the other Straw Hats are there.
Wait, shouldn't Law be, like, near the area? Because he's trying to free Beppo and such?
But I guess it would make sense, like, at least, like, I don't think it'll be, like, probably a full-out fight, but, like, I think they'll spar, probably. They clash.
Yeah, the typical One Piece clash.
But I'm still, I don't know about you, I'm still pretty certain that, I don't know about Drake. Like, I'm not really sure about him. I'm 100% sure that Hawkins gonna join up with the Straw Hats sooner or later.
I agree. But I do think, like, Hawkins has clashed with them in the past. So I do think that they'll give a go at it.
No, I think 100%, like, I don't think he's, like, flipped sides yet. I just don't think, like, I think Hawkins is so careful. Like, he definitely knows that the Straw... I'm sure that Hawkins kind of aware that the Straw Hats might be, like, a ticket out of there.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't think he's gonna try to kill Zoro or Sanji, and at the same time, I think he's not gonna try to... I think he knows that he can't allow himself to be injured, like, fatally now by Zoro or Sanji.
Yeah.
So I think they will have... Like, obviously they will try to stop them and, like, engage in a fight, but I doubt that they'll try to, like, take them down no matter what. Like, maybe Drake does. Not sure about that.
I imagine it'll be one of those things. Yeah, Drake might go harder than Hawkins, probably, for this. But
probably, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it'll be one of those things where, like, Oda does it where, the characters have a skirmish or whatever, both characters come out, like, both sides come out looking like, okay, they didn't do too bad or whatever. Like, he doesn't make it clear who came out on top or who didn't or whatever. Like, the first Zoro versus Hawkins fight, basically, along those lines. It's like... Yeah, so something like that. He's definitely saving those characters will be around till the end of Wano, I assume, and will be important by then. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, let's slowly wrap it up then. Yeah, guys. As always, I hope we could answer some of your questions today. I will actually try to get this podcast out maybe a little bit earlier than usually, since we don't have a break this time. And I think this was a really, really good chapter. So I think people are eager to engage more with it and listen to what people have to say. Definitely, guys, tell us your thoughts in the comments below. Tell us some of your questions you have for our next podcast. Tell us what you think about the podcast. Like, I think both of us can definitely say that we like this format a lot by now. We definitely want to push it further. And if you have any wishes or suggestions how we should improve or change something a little bit, let us know. We will definitely read through the comments. Otherwise, Morj, thanks for being here.
Definitely. I'll say one thing real quick. Next week we might also have possibly, unconfirmed at the moment, might have a special guest.
Yes.
Guest who's hard to get a hold of.
The teaser's out now. Yeah. Nice. So keep looking for that. You can find Mr. Morj on Twitter under his name
at Mr. Morjman. Yeah.
Yes, at Mr. Morjman, and you can find me at Ohara the Fox. I will link both of them in the description below. Also a link to Mr. Morj's channel. If you're new to my channel or don't know who Mr. Morj is yet, definitely give his channel a visit. He does amazing One Piece content. Definitely has a nicer voice than I do, I think.
I don't know. You've got the European voice, so you've got actually an advantage. It depends on your preference. It's all taste.
Maybe. I think nobody likes their own voice, so it's I prefer your voice, but
that's how I feel when I watch my videos.
It's so cringy hearing yourself. Like you think you get used to hearing your own voice on recordings, but it's still cringy every time you do it.
No, because it's like, do I sound like this all the time? Wow.
Yeah, and you do. And that's the harsh thing, yeah. Okay, guys, we wrap it up here. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. We see you next week, earlier than usually. Next time on Mr. Morj's channel. We hope to see you around then. We hope you enjoy this, and until then, peace out.